Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new stream. It is a new stream, it's a brand new and welcome back to streaming. Yesterday was a big test for me to make sure everything was working okay. We're now back to a sort of very similar schedule that what I had about a year ago. I'm going to try and do pretty much every Friday afternoon and potentially every Saturday and Sunday as well. But you know what work life is like. Hope everyone is well. Thank you everyone for doing the follows so far. Gibbo, Rika was in there as well, plus Thai Nation as well. Thank you very much for all the follows in there. There's a lot more to come. Today we're doing some F1 Manager 2022, and you guys and girls are my second driver. You will help me choose the team, so you will show me which team to choose from the 10 teams that are out there, and you'll also be the second driver. You'll be able to control what they do, pace up, pace down. You'll be able to choose driver changes if you feel the team needs that. You are my eyes and ears for whatever it may be for the Constructors' Championship. So, the idea of the way this is going to work is that there's going to be a poll coming out in a minute. There'll be a select few teams in there that you can choose from. So you guys can choose any one of those teams, and there'll be a poll that will come out, and then whatever the result of that poll will be, that will then say which team we go for the beginning part of this season. So the poll is going to be going out very, very shortly. Hopefully it should work. Hopefully. Let me know if it does. And then put your polls forward. Obviously, this is a brand new season for me. F1 Manager 2022 is a game that is very much a manager game. It's exactly what it says on the tin, but it is predominantly all F1. So all it will do is the F1 series. You can do it as many seasons as you want, and you can see a team go from 0 all the way through to hero. You could probably even see the likes of Haas or Williams even take on after a few years at least, take on the powerhouses of Red Bull, Mercedes, and Ferrari if they can get a strategy right. But we might be able to see these teams go up there, and this is this is a non-generic game as well. So every person that will play this game will be they'll all have a different story and a different way that they'll do this in the long run. And so we've got a choice of many teams. We've got 10 teams on the grid, all the way from Mercedes to Red Bull, Ferrari, McLaren, Alpine, AlphaTauri, Aston Martin, Williams, Alfa Romeo, and the Haas. So go low, blow Ferrari. Oh god, yes, low blow Ferrari. They really haven't had a great season this year, have they? Yes, they've been at the top, but their strategies are nowhere near what they should be. But then again, it's a usual thing of letting the drivers choose their strategies for them, I guess. Plan D, Plan E, maybe. Who knows? The way this actually works as well with this game is you can actually have set plans set for the drivers. So you can say, we have 3 different strategies for the race. We're going to choose strategy B because we feel like that's the best one to do. But you can change that halfway through the race as well. So there's a lot you can do with this. But it's a game that I love. I love this game. I've played it a few times now, and I've gotten the kind of mechanics of it. But I'm still learning new things. So we'll see how that goes. I wonder what the currently at the moment we've got Haas and McLaren both on the evens, with Aston Martin winning at the moment for 3. Still 2 minutes left on the poll. So get those polls, get those votes in for those who are still watching and wanting to. Yeah. So if anyone else is in here and want to put a poll in, by all means, please do. So how do you feel this championship's gone? Obviously, we already know that there's been a brand new constructor, a brand new driver champion, regardless of whether that's a cheat or not. But Max Verstappen has been crowned world champion once again, with Red Bull taking the constructors champion for the first year in the hybrid era. So brand new it's a brand new car, brand new season. Will we see the same dominance from in 2023? I probably will see. They've been caught out with their budget costs. They're breaking the cap. So will that mean that they will, be a lot poorer this year? Will they not have the same sort of progression that they've had over the years, that they have done over the last 2, with Max Verstappen leading the way. It does look like it, doesn't it, Gibbo? It does look like that Red Bull is kind of being paid by the FIA to kind of, or Red Bull are doing some form of dirty deal. But it's speculation, isn't it? We don't know that for fact, but it does feel that way indeed. It really does, and it's horrible because it's not the way the sport should be. I mean, I've loved the sport all the way from when I was a kid. So, okay, so the polls are in and finished. It's a joint. So we've got a choice between the McLaren and the Aston Martins. McLaren and the Aston Martins. Tide Tone Nation, thank you very much for the follow there. Lithless Strange, thank you very much for that sub with the Prime sub. Thank you so much. It all goes to a great cause. It obviously will go to benefit and improve these streams. So I really appreciate all the support that you all give to me. It really is. It's great to be back, actually. It's been a long time. So we've got a choice between two. We've got the McLaren. Sorry, wrong. We've got the Aston Martin. Or wait a minute. Yeah, so we got the Aston Martin or the McLaren. Choice between two. The Aston Martin is, I said Lestrange. Lestrange. So I'll make it up to you now in the chat at the moment. You can put the chat in there and see which one you want. But you got the choice between McLaren and the Aston Martin. The Aston Martin is sort of the lower pack between the two. This is going to be fighting up there with more like the Haas, with the Alpines, the Ferraris potentially, maybe even the AlphaTauri as well. Sort of like the mid-pack runners. So about these three here. Where with the Astons, these guys are kind of fighting down here with these four, potentially with the AlphaTauri. So, so it's go for the challenge, go for the Williams. So the Williams was actually in there. Williams was inside the poll, but not many people chose it. I mean, I'm just going to go back to the poll now to see what it said. It said that the poll sat that the Williams only got 2 votes. So yeah. So it's really a choice between the McLaren and the Aston. The community have spoken. So we're saying Aston. Get rid of Stroll. I'll get it right. Piastri, sorry. Aston Martin. It looks like it's an Aston. Looks like an Aston. Got McLaren in there as well. We'll go for the Aston, shall we? We'll go for the Aston. So currently we've got Lance Stroll and Vettel in there. Vettel's due to retire this year in the season. So this will be his final year in F1. I know the community in the world has all said don't leave, but yeah, Vettel is going to be leaving at the end of 2023 in real F1. Can we get him to retain his seat for in this game? Well, I guess we'll find out. Should we get rid of Lance Stroll and get Piastri in? Pistari, I can't even say it. Piastri, thank you very much. Should we get Piastri in? It's all up to you. You guys and girls make the choices around here. I'm just here to put the clicks. So we're going to go for the go, and we're going to put the name in. So we'll do Foggy Dog. Oh God, what's going on? I can't even spell. And we're not going to have the first time guidances because we've already done it before. In fact, I'll tell you what, before we do that, why don't you guys choose the team manager? What would you want the team manager or the team principal's name to be? Come on. I want to hear your thoughts on this. You guys make the choices around here. So what's your thoughts and choices on the name of the Get rid of that Foggy Doggy. No. Ben Alec. Love it. Love it. Foggy Doggy, Ben Ali, I love that. Foggy versus chat, love it. We're going to get rid of the rich boy. I think that's going to be one of the first. Ali Asdi. Oh god, I love it. I absolutely love it. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm loving this. I'm liking Ben Ali. I do like that. Foggy Doggy's quite good too. Red Arse. Yeah, I like that. I'm ready. I'm really liking the Ben Ali. Ben Ali, that sounds like a good name. So let's go with Ben Ali. We're gonna go with Ben Ali. That's a good name. I like that. Ben Ali. And continue. Yep, we don't want to edit those details yet anyway, so we'll get that out the way and get ready for the first part. So this is the main menu screen. Obviously it tells us where we are currently with inside the constructors, or where we're potentially going to be sit. The long-term objective is they're wanting us to be a points contender, so we're going to be contending for points here. All right, so we need to be fighting with the AlphaTauris, the Alpines, and the McLarens, really, ideally. The Williams, Alfa Romeo, and the Haas. Alfa Romeo could potentially be a threat this year. I mean, they have been throughout the season until like the back end when they started getting more towards the rear. Williams, kind of here and there. You know, they've been good at races and sometimes bad. And they currently at this current standard, it also goes off what the current ratios of the cars are at the moment. So obviously the Red Bull, Mercedes, and Ferraris are going to be pretty quick out there. McLaren, Alpine, AlphaTauri, and Aston Martin. So I think our main target really is going to be between these two cars, or these two constructors, the Alpine and the AlphaTauri. So that'll be quite good. Obviously drivers all the way down. There's live changes as well, so this is changes throughout the entire grid as well. So yeah, that'd be quite good. So right, everyone's saying get rid of the rich boy. So Lance Stroll, daddy boy of the old team principal, the old team principal's goal. Lawrence Stroll is going to be removed from post immediately. So that's pretty much what's going to happen. So we're going to go to contract. We're going to scout for a replacement. And we're probably going to go down. Well, we've got a choice here. So we've got Nick De Vries, which is quite good. We've also got Piastri as well, if I can find him. Where's Piastri? It'd be F2, wouldn't he? So go F2. Piastri. Pourchaire as well, he's quite good. Piastri. Oscar Piastri there. Currently an Alpine driver at the moment. So we're going to be proposing a contract to him very, very shortly. He's definitely open to negotiation. So we'll go for a proposed contract. So, right, here we go. He's going to be replacing Nico Hülkenberg. That wasn't the original choice. I didn't want him to do that. So we're going to go for car 2. Lance Stroll. Going to be replacing Lance Stroll. You can see that we're going to be taking a dip on his rating from 75 to 79, but he has a lot more potential than Lawrence Stroll does. So that's going to be our intention. Plus, he's a young lad as well, so we can pretty much go budget on this. It's going to cost us $1,196,000 to break contract with Lance Stroll, but I think that's kind of pocket money in comparison to what we do have here. $31,799,138. We can't change that into pounds because, yeah. What is his current contract? That's a good question, actually. Let's go back to Lawrence Stroll. So Lawrence Stroll's current contract is, he is in contract for, where is his contract? There it is, contract. He's in contract length for 1 year, so we'll have 1 more year left on his contract. His remaining contract is 10 months remaining. So his contract length is 1 year, and his remaining contract is 10 months. So he's currently sat at $2,920,000 a year, and his monthly salary is $243,333. I'm sure we can do a little bit better than that. So, what's the choice is? Should we get rid of him? Yes, no, come on everyone, make the choices. I personally think we can get rid of Lance. I mean, he's oh, meant Oscars. Oh, sorry, mate. Oscar Piastri. So his contract, it doesn't actually say because we need to do a scout, which will take 10 days. So we can do a, hang on, let's go here. Yeah, so we need to do a scout for him. But everyone's saying get rid of Rich Boy. So, or should I get rid of him? Should I get rid of him? Keep Nico. Yep, okay, that's a good choice. That is a very, very good option. So should we go for a standard or a detail? We go for a standard, which will take 10 days, means we can get a bit more information on him quicker, or we can go for a detail, which will take 30 days, which means we will have to do the first race. So we're saying standard. We're going to go for standard, and the scouting has started for Oscar Piastri. So there you go. We got him scouted at the moment. So we'll go back to here, go to the inbox. There we go. Good. Right. Okay. So what's his current contract at the moment? So he's got another 10 months as well. So we need to try and retain this man because he's got a lot of experience behind him. Yes, he's one of the older members on the grid, but I think with his experience, I think he could potentially push the team. So we're saying renew. He's currently on 14,270,000 a year. That's expensive. So let's go 14.5. Give him a decent pay pack. And we'll try and retain him for 2 seasons. I know, right? How easy would it be to get that sort of money? You know what I mean? We'll keep him for 2 seasons. I think that's valuable, I think, personally. We'll see what he does. We'll offer the contract up to him. See what he says. Okay, so that's a negative because he doesn't like the fact that he's got 2 seasons to retain from, and he also wants some lump sums and a race target bonus. Let's go back to negotiation then. Let's go for a lump sum and go for, what's his current lump sum bonus at the moment? His lump sum bonus is 1,430,000. That's a big number. Jesus Christ. We're going to go for 1 season. Bring that down a bit then. You alright, Jess? How's it going, mate? So we're going to bring that up to 100. We'll go for 10th. See what he says to that. Again, he doesn't like the fact of 1 season. He's going to be quite hard to retain, I think. What? That's unreal. What the hell? They've asked you to write your own empire. Okay, that's quite bad. That is really bad. I think it's going to be a bit tough to try and catch him. Any further suggestions on what I've put there? What do you think? Should we go for maybe an increase? 400k. 400k. Okay, let's try go for 400 then. Go 400. And 400. And what do you think? Still 10th on that one? I think that's a pretty... Or maybe 12th? Yeah, we'll go 12th. No. He doesn't like that at all, does he? He's going to be a tough one to keep, I think. Okay, I think we'll leave it for now. No, we don't want that. We'll leave it for now. We've got 10 months left on his current contract anyway, so we can always renew it a little bit closer to the end. We're going to be getting rid of Lance Stroll eventually anyway, so that'll be a good a good number at least for him. And then we've got Nico Hulkenberg, who could potentially replace Vettel if needed. And we could just get another reserve driver if necessary. So there are options out there. So Thanks. I wish I had his money though. Okay, so calendar at the moment. We're currently sat on the 7th, and yeah, so we're currently sat on the 7th of March. We've got to do our negotiations by that point, and we can start doing our design work for the 12th, or the preseason test, followed by the scout, which will be completed, followed by the practice session starting on the 18th. So here's my thought. Do we do preseason testing first, find out exactly where we're currently sat inside the pecking order, and then start to upgrade the car? Or do we do the first race and then look at upgrading? Find out exactly where we sit within Bahrain. What's your thoughts on the floor? We can go do the aerodynamic testing now anyway, so that's no big issue. We can start developing around here after preseason and leave this week for developing. Or we can go straight to the race and work out how it looks. Cool, let's do that then. Let's do preseason. Let's continue all the way to the 12th. So, requires a response. Okay, so, do we approve a party? I think we should. Party animals themselves as Ben. Why not? Why not approve the party? So it's only $10,000. Let's give a bit of an improvement to the morale. Let's say yes, and there you go. Party is on the way, and get that underway. Hopefully they don't get too pissed going into the first race. So hopefully that won't do too bad. So sponsor obligations. Ooh, just looking at that now. Who's just done that? New variety? Is that variety? B Variety, thank you very much for the follow there, my good friend. Thank you so much. Watch out for further content on this channel when it comes to F1 sim racing and strategy games. So, sponsor obligations. Good morning, Ben. Just realised that you joined the team a little too late to negotiate our sponsor obligations for the season. Sponsorship is a big source of income for F1 fans. But that funding is a two-way relationship when negotiating sponsorship deals at the start of the season. We need to offer certain obligations on our side, like creating merchandise that feature for our sponsors or hosting sponsor events in our factory throughout the season. It can be a little inconvenient for the team, but they secure the funding that keep us competitive. You can check the calendar to see when our obligations will happen. So we need to look at our sponsor obligations now, so we'll be looking at that very, very shortly. And we've also got our two development team managers, so technical chief Andrew Green and aerodynamic Ian Grieg. We can also change these as well. Jess, thank you very much for the sub. Really, really appreciated. Love you all so much for all that. Newbie Variety, thank you very much there, mate. Thank you, and enjoy some good emotes there, Jess, for the GGs in the chat. So, okay, that's all the messages done. We're going to be going into preseason testing. So stop there. Oscar Piastri. Oh, sorry, Piastri. I'll get it right. Piastri. I can't say the name right. So Piastri's scouting is complete, and we've also got our preseason testing completed. So here we go. With Bahrain testing behind us, we now know where our car stands versus the other teams. Attached report detailing our car's performance. We should use this information to guide our car design strategy throughout the season and minimize any performance weaknesses. So, currently sitting at top 17th with inside the top speed. Again, like I said, it's one of those that this is going to take some time. Thank you very much for the sub there, Saj, and thank you for subbing to the community too. Much appreciated. I'm sure Rico and Gibbo will love that so much. So thank you so much. Acceleration is 17. So again, we're kind of at the back end of the mid pack there, aren't we? When it comes to top speed and acceleration. I think we need to work on that a little bit. Low speed, currently at 15th on the grid, 19th in medium speed. So we're really at the back end. Really tell we're at the back end of all this, don't we? So DRS 17th, we've got quite a lot of upgrades to do here. Okay, so Oscar Piastri. We'll come to testing in a minute. We'll flag that. Just flag it for now. We'll come back to that in a little while. And let's look at them emotes going down the channel now. Yo, let's go. Let's go. Lovely stuff. So, Oscar Piastri. Oh, Piastri. Every time I say it wrong, guys, just tell me I'm doing it wrong. Piastri. Oscar Piastri, as scouting information has just come through. He's currently sitting at... where's his contract? Didn't actually tell me. Go to Piastri's contract is at 4. Oh, you're joking me. We have to do a more detailed. Yo, come on. Oscar Pasta. Yo, let's go. That's better. We'll just go with that. So I'm thinking here, you know, he's got a pretty decent set of performances on him. I'm not too sure on the contract, but it is standard and open to negotiation, and he's going to be going over to an F1 team pretty easily. So I'm thinking break the contract. You know, just get rid of Stroll going into the first race, and promote him from F2 up to F1. Why not? I think the guy deserves it. So we'll go to car 2. We'll do a 2-season contract. We'll give him a starting salary. What's his current starting salary at the moment? Oh, I didn't even say. We'll go for... What do we think? 500? We'll go for 500. We'll do a starting bonus of 20,000. And the bonus threshold will set at 13. We'll do 12 because I like round numbers. Offer contract, see what he does. Ooh, okay. So we can cancel the proposal, or we can hire for $1,342,320. So we've got to spend $1,536,000. We've got a buyout of $166,000, and we've got a starting bonus of $20,000 for Lance Stroll. So here we go. His starting salary is going to be at $500,000. He's going to be for 2 seasons. Starting bonus, he's going to start at $20,000, and his race target bonus at $20,000. Let's go for the hire. Welcome to the team, Oscar Piastri. There he is in that beautiful green coveralls. We now have Oscar Piastri. Lance Stroll, goodbye, daddy man. Rich boy is now gone. C'est la vie. And that is a beautiful lineup, as we see there. Sebastian Vettel leading the lineup, Oscar Piastri leading car 2, and Nico Hülkenberg in the reserve driver seat. So this is really good. This is going to be go leading up to a really good start. So let's go to the cars and go to car development. We're going to start a new project, and we're going to do some design work. So we know with the top speed, we're currently sitting at the low end. We've got low speed, medium, and high. We need to work on that a lot. DRS also a lot of work needs to be done. This bit, however, wasn't too bad. You know, mid-pack, sort of top end, looking between 12th and 13th. So not too bad on the engine cooling and stuff. So really, more than anything, we need to work on the top speed, cornering, and the DRS. So in order for us to increase top speed, we need to either work on the front wing, we can work on the chassis, or the rear wing, and that will further. You can see in the blue, it will show you exactly what is going to be increased and better. Yep, we could look at Porsche for the reserve or second driver. I probably would promote up Piastri or Hülkenberg, personally. Just due to the fact that Hülkenberg is a really good driver, personally. But, yeah, you know, have a complete brand new young driver scheme. Why not? You know, we'll see how it goes, see how Oscar Piastri does throughout the season. We'll also do a bit of a detailed scan on him as well to see what happens. So, should either go for a chassis, a front wing, or a rear wing design pad. We could do the side pods, but that will only increase on engine cooling and top speed and acceleration, which we know we need a bit of work on. But we'll have more opportunity to increase things on chassis, front wing, and rear. We could do the underfloor as well, and that will increase all 4 or all 5 of our bits. So that will do all the pieces that we need. Or we could do the suspension, which will only increase top speed and acceleration. Personally, I'm thinking underfloor or front wing. That's my personal opinion. But we'll see what you guys want to do. What do you want to do? Should we concentrate on the underfloor, or should we concentrate on a upgraded front wing? Put the decisions in the chat there and see what we do. But like I said, I mean, so far we've got a really good driver lineup. We're going to be looking forward into Bahrain. We're going to be going in with open eyes. You know, we're there we're there to develop and perform. We're going to be fighting for points. So I don't think we're going to be fighting up the front straight away, but I definitely think we're going to turn some heads with the driver lineup that we have chosen for this year. So let's see. Let's go for the underfloor. All right, so let's go for underfloor. We're going to put some time into the MAU hours. We'll do 2. And we'll do some wind tunnel hours. Now, this is something that Red Bull are going to be losing a lot of due to their issues that they did with the price cap that they did. So they're actually going to be losing some wind hour tunnels. I know they've put they've kind of said that they don't want that. So we'll see what happens. But we're going to put 20 hours worth of time into the wind tunnel. That's going to increase our top speed, medium, and our high speed with dirty cornering too. I'm wondering if we put a bit more into that. We can really come forward there. I mean, you can see where the improvements are there. We are losing a lot of testing hours. Okay, we're going to go with that. See how we do. Underfloor and testing, we're going to go for continue. See what we can increase here. So doing that will bring that down. I mean, the next couple of tracks are quite fast speed, so a lot of top speed. Mind you, we got Miami as well, haven't you? That's quite technical. Okay, let's keep it hey diddle diddle straight down the middle. Let's see how it goes from that. I'm going to put 2 engineers on the job, and we're going to potentially rush the project to try and get it in before as soon as we can to the next race. So we're looking at May here, so we're looking around potentially Monaco. We're going to be seeing these upgrades come up, you know, so quite a long time to wait. 28th of April, if we put 3 engineers on it, that will put it down to more towards probably Miami potentially, or Spain. 25th, 28th. So there's only a few days between them two there. What do you think? Should we go for 3 engineers or 4 engineers? 3 engineers or 4 engineers? Be interesting. 4 engineers it is. So we'll go for 4 engineers, and we're going to go for that. And that's going to cost us a total of 29. No, hang on. That's a lie. Hold on. So the total cost of that upgrade will cost $1,350,000 with a cash remaining of 29,109 for the cost cap. So yeah, I know. I'm still learning. I'm still learning. There it is. So the cost is going to cost me $1,350,000. Thank you very much, Ty. This is why I've got you all here to give me the moral support to keep me going. So there we go, $1,350,000. There we go. That's being designed now, and we'll move back to the mail to sort out that. So we've got a brand new driver sorted, and we also have got our first upgrade on the way. So moving forward now, we're about to go into pre-season testing, into test sessions for the Bahrain Grand Prix. So we're going to do some race prep now, and Oscar Piastri is now fully into the seat. We're going to put some qualifying targets on. So qualifying position, I'm pretty certain we won't get into Q3. We're not going to get to Q2, so we're just going to go and see whether we can get into a qualifying position without any form of DNF. Finishing position, it's asking us to finish in 15th. I think that is potentially a possibility. We could probably potentially do that. So there we go. That's what we got so far. I'm not going to put any guarantee slots on. Yes, it will give us more money, but I think right for the first race, I think we need to be pretty, pretty loose in the fact that we're going to be pretty much towards the rear of the grid. So here we go, straight into the Bahrain Grand Prix for the 2022 Bahrain Grand Prix. So Crofty giving a nice intro in there, stating the Bahrain Grand Prix, and anything can happen in Formula One, and it usually does. Famous words by Murray Walker. So we're going to go straight into practice now. So we've got Oscar Piastri coming out on driver 2, driver 1 Sebastian Vettel, and we're going to look at a setup. We'll go pretty standard down the middle, see where we sit with both cars. We'll run... We'll put 14 laps on the car. There's no need to put 15 on there. And we're going to go with the usual standard. We're going to see how the car sits first, and we're going to go out on a set of medium tyres. That's car 2. So car 1 for me, I'm going to go for set mediums. So what's the choices for the second car? There is supposed to be sound on that part. I know what I did wrong. Hold on 1 second. I know where it all went wrong. Give me a second. Give me a second. There you go. There you go. There you go. That should work now. You should be able to hear some noise. Ugh. I'm still learning some things. So, driver 2. You are all driver 2. So, what is your choice for Oscar Piastri? Do you want him to go out on the soft compound tyres? Do you want him to go with some new parts maybe? Do you want him to have a setup of a standard setup? What's your choices for the second driver? I've already done my one for the first. So, what's your options? What's your choice? Pick a choice, any choice. So we're going to go into practice now. I can do this on the fly anyway. I can do this for driver 2 whenever. So we're going to manage the first practice session, and we'll see currently where we sit.
Radio check. Radio check. Green light, green light.
It's okay. So we'll explain it in detail. So practice conditions are all up and running now. The track is completely green. So we're saying 14 lap plan, medium tyres, go box standard. Okay, so 14 laps. Going to run 14 laps. Hey diddle diddle, straight down the middles on the medium compound tyres. And confirm. There we go, that's all getting reset now. And Sebastian Vettel will be going out now. So we'll set Sebastian Vettel out now. Sebastian Vettel's just about to go out, and there he is. The beautiful racing green of the Aston Martin, heading out of the pit lane of Bahrain for the first time, and potentially his last season. So we'll send Oscar Piastri out now. And what we're looking for here is the overall pace. So you'll see up here in the top corner, you'll see a setup confidence. These little lines here will increase over time, and then a number will appear here on how confident the driver is. The higher the number, the more confident the driver is with the setup. If he's not confident, he'll box, and then we'll adjust the setup and change things on the fly to see how he feels with an updated setup. On board with Oscar Piastri now as he goes into turn 3. Coming down the back straight now towards turn 4 and 5. Quite a tricky corner this, actually, trying to do it in F1 22 as well. You have to come down the gears so easy here, because if you come down too quick, you can actually spin out. So Oscar Piastri is going to be warming them tyres up quite nicely and getting his car up to pace. Vettel's coming round the last sector now, so this is sector 3 is coming up too. You can see on the map here, he's just coming around. Start-finish straight's just here. Yeah, they sound realistic, don't they? They really did a good job with the soundboard for this. It's so much better than F1 22 when it comes to sound. It actually sounds like a real car, a real F1 car, which is quite good. There he goes. Vettel's going out on his hot lap now. Going to try and push them tyres as hard as he can. See what he can do. Goes quite nicely into turn 1. Showing the skill, the German driver. You can see at the moment he's still trying to find his feet around the setup. Track acclimatation's at 1 as well, and parts knowledge as well is set at 1 too. No, you know, like, it's not that bad. Honestly, it's not that bad. We'll go on board with Piastri now as he goes on for his fast lap too. Currently sitting bottom of the table at the moment, but obviously there's no laps on the board just yet. Who else is out at the moment? So Leclerc's out. Sainz is in the pit lane. Ricciardo and Norris. Norris is out at the moment too. So a really good thing about this is you can actually see where all the drivers are. Russell as well, George Russell. He's going to be fighting for contention this year. So we're going to be fighting around this area here for the Aston Martins. Sort of between the Williams and down. He comes across the line and he sits at a 130. He's currently sitting at a 137.858. So almost a full second off the pace of the McLaren.
Sounds like someone's locked up.
And Piastri almost a full. Gee Louise, he is so far off the pace. Like, that's a large pace difference there between Vettel and Piastri. Has to be something wrong with the setup there. We'll try and do a bit of a push for him. Try and do an aggressive mate.
No saving required.
So there he is. He's going to go for a push now and try and go for a slightly faster lap. Vettel's looking pretty confident at the moment. Yeah, that will definitely get quicker. Plus the track is still quite cold. You know, it's only been green for a little while. Ocon there coming at not far different, not big difference there between the two. Two tenths between him and Russell. Alpine's looking pretty fighty this season. Leclerc on a fast lap as well. There he goes. Leclerc putting a 1:35.628 on the board. So we've got a long way to go. 5 seconds off the pace of Piastri. So he's got some work to do. The Vettel now trying to get past the Williams. And And he gets that done very, very nicely. Gets some clean air under him. Piastri goes slightly faster than Vettel on a 1.45. So much better now. Vettel there having a mistake.
Let's have a look.
Not too sure
Let's
what
have a
happened
look
there.
here. This was the Aston Martin.
Big
Oh,
lock up
dear, oh dear. That's
for
far wide.
Vettel there. So it'd be interesting to see what happened
Oh,
there.
big lock up there.
Be interesting to see how and what happened there when he comes back into the pit lane later on.
Safe fuel, safe fuel. Copy.
To go on board Piastri again. Piastri looking very confident at the moment. Definitely improved on that pace. So let's just increase the speed on this now, just to get this first run out the way. So, let's see. There's that.
We've just had a spin.
Russell
Let's
on
take a
turn
look
8.
at the replay. Now let's look at this. Here's George Russell.
Oh, big spin up there by
Nice.
George Russell. Locking up those back wheels, firing up those back wheels, and it looks like Vettel also... Is that Piastri that went off? It looked like Piastri that went off too.
And that's the lock up.
Yeah,
Let's
Piastri
see
also
what
goes
happened
wide
there.
too.
So this was the Aston Martin. That lock up could
Yeah,
have
big
cost
lock
them
up there for
dearly.
the Aston Martin. Goes back onto the circuit quite nicely. So no big damages
And
there,
that
hopefully.
was a bitter blow for the team, and it may have really hurt their overall chances.
Not necessarily, you know, bit of an over-exaggeration there by Crofty, but it definitely doesn't help with the setup. So how lockup happens. So if you push it's kind of like ABS. So if you remember with ABS, the harder you put the brake on, the brakes come on and off automatically to stop the wheels from locking up. These cars don't have ABS, it's full natural. So as soon as you put your brake on your foot on that pedal, you're braking. And obviously, depending on how hard you're pushing, if you push the brakes too hard, you lock up. So that is what these guys are doing. These guys are pushing these cars to the absolute limit in real life. Basically, yeah, in a nutshell, that is exactly what it does. Exactly how it is in a real car. If you push the brake too hard with no ABS, you're going to just keep going, and your wheels are just going to lock up, and it creates flat spots on your tyres, which obviously then further deviates from the tyre, and it also causes a lot of issues for tyre longevity. So let's get back onto this. Let's see what they say once they come back into the pit. So we're waiting basically for these to come up. So right now...
Oh, did someone run wide there?
So there we go. We're currently fighting in 15th and 18th at the moment. So we've got a lot of work to do. And that's with the medium tyres as well. A lot of the cars will be probably on the softs. There you go. But there you go. Front fighters there.
What's your thoughts on coming in or doing any more?
Car was good. All good here.
Copy that.
Okay, so Vettel's saying no issues with the car, but we're still fighting in 18th. I'm sure we can push out more with the car. So we're going to box him. So we'll box Vettel, and Piastri should almost be finished now as well.
How's
we
the
go.
balance?
So Piastri's reporting something feels off with the car, which means we'll box him. We'll get him into the pit and we'll work out how we improve the car going forward. Piastri's about to come into the pit now.
Entry.
And there he
Copy.
goes. There we go. Invalid configuration. We're going to look at the setup here. So he's saying that the car's looking good, but we need much better traction, better on the straights, and we also need to improve the braking stability. So how we change this is we go to these sliders and we can change the way the car will sit. We kind of need to sit it with inside these. We need all these here to be sitting with inside the blue. So we're going to try and change that. See what we. We're trying to find that sweet spot for the car. So we're saying that area there is great, so we'll keep that as close as we can to there. Yeah, so there we go. We'll try that. We're going to have a lot of oversteer with the car as well, which is quite bad. Could be interesting. We'll try that. See what that does. We'll see what that does. We'll confirm it. We'll get the updates done on the car. Reconfigure it. Cheese God, thank you very much. And it's all going very well indeed. Thank you so much for the follow. So also Piastri now in the pits. We need to look at him. So, come on community. This is your driver. Where do you want him to be? What do you want to upgrade and update? So we'll change some sliders around. So we're looking here. Need to try and see. He's saying the braking stability and the oversteer is pretty bad, so we need to really update. Send here. We need to go potentially down here. That works. There we go. We'll try that. Try that. Try that. See what happens there. Unless you all disagree with that, and we'll go on and sort of soft tires as well, I think. Or do you disagree with that? What's your thoughts, community? What's your thoughts? This is your driver. Soft tires, going for the soft tires. Happy with the car setup as well? Potentially, or do you want to just slightly update that? I mean, ideally you need more on the straights personally, but it'll be hard to get that when your oversteer is so bad too. So, I mean, you could potentially do that. That could potentially work, but you're still not really improving your braking stability. There we go. How about that? Keep that. Cool. There we go. So we're going to go over that. We're going to time to configure and confirm that. So both cars are now being reconfigured. So we're currently sitting 16th, 15th and 18th on the grid in P1. So practice 1. Not a great position to be in, but we always knew we were going to be going in here with open eyes, I think, because of the fact that the cars are so low down the pecking order. But we can do better. We can definitely improve. 100%. Get this out the way. Get the reconfiguring done as quick as possible. And then get back out for a couple more runs. How's the quality of the stream, by the way? Hopefully it's not too jittery, not too issues, no latency issues. Right, so we'll go reconfigure. I'm going to go out and set it soft as well. There we go. So Piastri and Vettel all out on the soft. We'll put Piastri out now. And then send Vettel out. They'll both come out at the same time pretty much. Yeah, I know. Well, you know. Maybe eventually. Who knows? Thank you, Finn. Really appreciated. So, okay. He's going out on his out lap at the moment, so he's going to be getting those tyres up nice and warm. Get his condition set ready for the track with that new updated setup for the car. Currently outpacing his teammate at the moment. Veteran of Sebastian Vettel. He's sitting 3 spots down on the grid compared to his teammate. There we go. We're coming out on our lap now. Piastri's going out for a big lap now. He's going to go for... Let's push the car.
No saving required.
Copy.
See what he can do. And we're also going to get Vettel to push as well.
You can stop, lift and coast.
Okay.
The way with this game is, though, the more practice you do, the more chance you've got of getting better positions on the grid. So the longer you spend on this game, doing the practice sessions, doing all the qualifying, and then doing all the races live as possible, you get more resources for it as well. So it rewards you for doing this as well, so which is quite good in the game, personally. Oscar Piastri currently sitting around the back end of sector 3. Comes down the start finish straight. Where's he going to come on the board? Any improvement to his time, and he pushes himself up to 11th place. Not bad at all on them soft compound tyres. He still looks uncomfortable though around some of those corners. Much better though, because he doesn't seem to be locking up as much. Vettel come around the back end of sector... Sorry, he's already come right across the line. Improved his pace a little bit, but not by much. I'm going to try and give him a bit more of an aggressive push.
Happy
and
to push.
We're probably going to ask him to
Okay,
deploy
copy.
DRS more as well. Try and see if we can get
You can use
a
energy.
bit more pace on that car. See
Copy.
what we can do. We'll also push Piastri for an aggressive move too.
We think we can lean on the tyres more.
Copy.
See how much the degradation will be as well if we're pushing. So what's your opinions on the season so far, the actual, the official F1 season? Obviously, you know, Max Verstappen, current world champion, yet again for the second time. Red Bull winning the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes being so far off the pace, but eventually finally finding some pace. It's just a shame it's come very late into the season. What's your opinions on it so far? How exciting has it been? How have the new cars been? Piastri's got up to P8, so there you go. He's definitely finding his pace now. The car looks a little bit more comfortable around that track. Is Vettel going to further improve on his time? And he goes P2. There you go. So it can be done with a little bit of push. It can be
So Sebastian,
done.
we are all okay on fuel, so you can do what you want for speed.
So we'll get him to come down. But Vettel currently sitting P2 on the grid on them soft compound tyres. Looking very comfortable. But this is practice, and, you know, it's not the race. So anything can happen in the race. But it's good to see the Aston Martin's up there in P2 with Sebastian Vettel sitting up there quite comfortably. Piastri sitting in P9 within the top 10 points, which is really nice to have for the newcomer on the grid in F1, which is quite good to see. Personally, I think that if we can keep up this sort of mentality and pace going into the qualifying and especially into the race, we've definitely got a good option here going forward. So we'll improve. We'll quickly get this out the way. See if anyone better improves on that time.
We have low battery.
Okay, neutral on that. I forgot to turn that off. My mistake there, Vettel. We'll ask you to recover, actually. Recovery.
We just need to charge up.
Copy.
But it's good to see Vettel fighting up there. It's nice to see the German finding his pace. Piastri as well, further improving on his time, getting up to P7. So we're definitely finding some pace on this setup now, which is really good to see. So not bad at all. Not bad at all, actually, to be fair. They do say something else, but it's you know, it's
Got loads
not
of energy.
a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of the time when they're driving, sometimes the only thing they can say is copy because they've got so much going on that car. You know, they're coming. I mean,
Yeah, take it easy.
they're driving it what 290, 300 kilometers an hour in some of the fastest racing machines in the world. You know, so yeah, I get it. Not quite realistic as it should be, but this is the first game that's been released from Frontier Development, so I'm hoping for the next one they bring out in 2023. I'm hoping there's going to be a little bit more voices getting done on the radio as well. Which is, but yes, you're right, it can get a bit more. So with the time coming down to 19 minutes and 50 seconds left, yeah, that'd be quite cool to hear. Vettel currently sitting in P5. To be fair, I'm surprised we're even there with the fact that Hamilton's up, currently sitting in 6th. Russell's currently sat there on 9th with the hard. So, say he puts a set of softs on, there's a good potential he could put himself up there beyond that. So, you know, it's good. It's good to see that Vettel's up there, but will we see him up there in the qualifying? Well, I guess we'll find out eventually. Yeah, the season could be a bit more exciting. There's no more hype, as you agree. You know, it's pretty sad to see. But we've had it so many years before, haven't we, where the races have always been won 3 or 4 races before the end with Hamilton. But the constructors been fought all the way to the end. So,
What do you think?
you know. So Piastri is still saying there's something that feels off with the car, even though he's fighting in the 11th. You know, he's fighting up there. And then also saying we're struggling to grip. So we're going to get him to come in. Get those tyres changed. Vettel managing them tyres exceptionally well. He'll be looking at coming in very, very shortly too. And he's also heading to garage.
Sebastian, any thoughts on set of options?
Car was good. Copy.
So Vettel's saying the car feels really good. Surprising, not surprising, saying he's sitting in P5 at the moment. Yeah, I know. We'll get them into the pit. There you go. Right, so let's have a look at the reconfiguring of the car. So for Sebastian Vettel's saying that the braking stability is pretty bad on the car, and so is the traction. But he's saying that the oversteer and the cornering and the straight's not too bad. But I don't want to change it too much. But if I change it too much, you can see where the deficit's now beginning to be made as I'm making the updates. Well, we're still in free practice at the moment, and we've still got a few more practice sessions to go. So we have options moving forward. Try that. I'm not sure. I mean, we could do that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's change that. Tires, we'll go for another set of softs. Reconfigure the car for Piastri. So, whoa, okay, so he's saying the entire car feels terrible. Okay, that's pretty bad to hear. Looks like we need to do some work with this car. Okay, let's try that. Okay, no worries. So we're currently going to reconfigure the cars. We're probably not going to get another bit of time out, but at least the cars will be configured ready for practice 2, which will be our final practice. We won't do practice 3. We'll do practice 2, do a couple of runs on practice 2, and then move forward into the qualifying session. We'll get this one out the way, because we've only got 5 minutes left anyway. And we'll get ready for P2.
Good session.
We're definitely looking quite good though. Currently sitting 5th and 11th on the board, which isn't bad. So it's not terrible. It's definitely not terrible. It's not bad news. Definitely wasn't expecting it to be as bad, as good as that. I was expecting to be further down here personally, but at least we're fighting with the Alpines, which is not bad. So we'll go continue. Set of confidence still not particularly good right now, so we're going to go into practice 2. And we're set and ready. Car parts are all fitted. We're going to set the new set of softs on, but no, we're going to go for set of mediums to get the car bedded in. Again, we're going to go for the mediums on Piastri as well, and we'll set him on. We're going to go 15 laps this time. But do we go for the hards? We haven't tested the hards yet. Let's go for the hards. Go for a set of hard compound tyres. Test the car on the hards, and go to P2.
Radio check.
Radio check.
Okay, should be green now.
So we're going to wait a little bit this time. We're going to wait for most of the cars to go out, put a bit of rubber down on the track. In fact, you know what? Let's go for the softs. Some rubber on the track. Here we go. Right, so let's send Piastri out first. Most certainly our destiny in tonight. It'll be slightly later. I've got a few things I need to do tonight, but I'll be definitely doing some more streams tonight on Destiny 2. So look forward to that. And we'll put Vettel out as well then. There we go. We'll get them cars out on the circuit now.
Sounds like a spin.
Them ones out. See where they
I
sit.
think we've had a car run wide.
So Piastri currently sitting in P13, P14 for Vettel. So these are on the soft compound tyres. We haven't pushed yet, but now we are. Let's go. What we can do. There you go. Piastri and Vettel sitting P8 and P9. So definitely consistent. Definitely consistent. Sorry. Let's call you in. I think it's pretty safe to say that we'll get these cars in. We'll reconfigure the cars. So he's saying that it's a lot better now. Not too sure on the oversteer now. Still not concerned. Still not quite happy with the oversteer. But that might be due to a few reasons, to be fair. So we'll go here, and then go here. And okay, so he's now beginning to find his consistency with the car, which is good. That's good. So we'll go back to here. We're then going to go and go to Hey Phoenix, how's it going, my boy? Thank you very much for the follow. Really appreciated. Just looking at some things.
We've just had a car run wide.
So there we go. We're beginning to like come down the grid a little bit here, but obviously we haven't gone back out with the track being so much better. But I'm pretty. I'm not the manager, Phoenix. That's Sanjay. Sanjay's the RA manager this year. I'm just a driver. So we're going to just leave it at that for now. We'll finish this off here, and then we'll go into qualifying. We'll simulate the third practice session, and then we'll go into the qualifying, followed by the race in Bahrain. There we go. That's the finale of Q3. Sorry, Q2. It's like Q2? P2. Practice 2. There we go. So a little bit further down the pack, but we haven't really done much in the chance of actually going out on the grid and doing some things. So to be fair, it's not terrible. Onza, thank you very much for the follow, good sir. Thank you very, very much indeed. Love all the support. So thank you very much. So let's continue on that. They're not happy with that car, are they? At all.
We'll be kicking off today with the final practice before moving on to the qualifying session.
So we will go continue. Set the car up, go to practice 3 and simulate the 3rd session. See, when you simulate it, we're a lot worse than where we should be. So, seem to be a lot more confident with the car now, which is quite good. We'll see how we look going into qualifying. So, 76% confidence. Not bad. Okay, we'll keep it at that. What's Piastri's confidence in the car? Not too bad. Traction was always going to be an issue anyway. So, we're all right. That's not too bad. That's not too bad, to be fair. We always knew we were going to be going into this with mixed thoughts. So, we'll go and do some qualifying runs. We're going to manage the qualifying, and we'll go for it. So, here's the...
Radio check.
So, the vote is... Well,
Yeah, loud and clear.
votes need to be going in rather shortly, but what's your opinions? Do you think we'll get out of Q1? Do you think we will get out of this and look for fighting? Just give me a second. People are typing to me as well. What's going on here? Second. Be interesting to see how the rest of the pack actually looks on the grid, to be honest. There we go. The prediction is out. What's your opinions? Do we think we're going to get out of Q1? Are we going to get out of it? Are we going to get knocked out? Do we think I'm going to lose? Do we think I'm going to go the way we want it to? What's your opinions? We're going to set with the car set up as it is. It's saying it's pretty decent. We're going to go with that. We're going to run the plan of 1 flying lap, and we're going to probably have 1 extra lap of fuel in there as well, just to give it that extra run if we need it. So we'll go for him, and we'll get him sent out. So Vettel on his way out now. First qualifying. So you have 3 qualifying sessions of the qualifying. You have Q1, which is the knockout between, you see the guys in red on the left-hand side of the screen? Anyone below Gasly, basically, in that red, will be knocked out of the first qualifying session. Then the second qualifying session is those between 10th and 15th. Anyone that comes in between 10 and 15th gets knocked out in Q2. And then Q3 is the final knockout round for the top 10. Where you finish with inside that is where you will be for the race. So Piastri, you're also going to go out as well. We're going to do a run plan for you. 1 extra lap of fuel. Go out and go ham. I love the fact that everyone's saying just go full send. I love that. I love the fact that everyone is going, let's go full send. Yo, let's go. So Vettel going out. Warming up them tyres. Going to be getting himself ready for putting that quick lap in. He's going to need to be quick on this. We know he can do it. We've seen him up there in P1 where he got into second. So with the right attitude and the right pace, he can get there. What's your opinions? Do we think he's going to get there? Do we think he's going to get out Q1? Is our newcomer of Piastri, is he going to get out there? Is he going to get into the upstanding of getting out of Q1? It is a very, very good question. So Vettel's on his way out now. He's out on his fast lap. He's going to have 2 laps of this. Going to try and run them hard, those soft compound tyres into the ground as best as possible. Coming into turn 3 now, he's going to have some traffic. Looks like it looks like an Alpine. That looks like an Alpine to me. Going to need to try and get around the Alpine as quick as he can. That traffic's going to hold him up. And going to get around him as quick as possible. Gets it done. Is he going to lock up going into the hard double chicane? Not going to happen. He makes it very nice and smooth. Going down the long straight. Down the back, teammate just ahead of him. Is the teammate going to block him? He does block him slightly. Gets him out the way. Teammate getting completely in the way there. Ruining his run. Vettel going to be slightly angry with that. Down the back end of Sector 3 now. Coming up to the last couple of corners. Or the last corner before the start-finish straight. Where's he going to finish? Is he going to be within inside the top 10? Is he going to be within inside the top 15? Guess we're going to find out shortly. Yellow flags in Sector 2. He goes down the start-finish straight. DRS all the way open. And he goes across the line and sets in P5. 2.2 seconds off the pace. He has a lot of work to do. Piastri about to go on his fast run. Vettel now going to be in the way of Piastri. Is he going to get in the way? No, Vettel becomes a gentleman and gets out the way for Piastri. Personally, I don't think I would have. I think I would have got in the way. But it's the Alfa Romeo now in the way of Piastri. Gets out the way. But is that going to ruin his time? I guess we'll find out shortly. Piastri coming down towards turn 5 and 6 now. Very late on the brakes going into turn 5. Down to turn 6 and 7. Double hairpin. Clipping that apex on the left. Lovely move. Start finish. Sorry, the back end of one of the longest straights on the circuit. Good opportunity for overtakes here. Be interesting to see where he comes. Will he come above Sebastian Vettel? The newcomer in the new seat from F2 to F1. Will he improve on his lap time from what he had in P2? Comes around the last corner right now. He's going to want to have a good exit here. Very good exit. He does get into the DRS point. He's going to cross the line. And where's he going to come? He comes just above Sebastian Vettel. Almost. I'll get it right. 3. That looks like 3 tenths. 3 100th of a second.
Just pit
gap
limiter.
between him and Sebastian Vettel. Oscar Piastri doing better than his teammate. But we've still got the likes of Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz and Perez yet to go out and do their laps. So I don't think they're going to sit there for too long. We are going to have to go out and do another run at least. So, although very, very good, we need to come up with a plan to potentially come out for another run. Especially Sebastian Vettel. Sebastian Vettel needs to do some work now. But Oscar Piastri going to be delighted with the fact that he's going to be ahead of his teammate at the moment. So Sebastian Vettel, Oscar Piastri, P9 and P10 respectively. And Oscar Piastri coming into the pit to recondition himself and prepare for a second run. Now, just going to quickly look at the current laydown of everyone on the grid, on the circuit at the moment. Quite a few people out on track at the moment, so we really need to start thinking about going out.
Minute 3.
Copy that.
Personally, it's better keeping it on automatic control because, let's be fair, what are you managing? You're not really managing anything. They're going to be going full send anyway. So, yeah, it's going to be. I personally would just leave it in auto because let the drivers do what they want to do. You know, there's no point being a micromanager and telling them what to do when all they're going to be doing is trying to go for the fastest lap possible. So that's my personal opinion on it. So we are currently slowest car being 2.2 seconds and 2/10 off the fastest runner, which is going to be Sebastian Vettel. Sorry, Sebastian Vettel, Max Verstappen. So we've got 7 minutes, 48 seconds left. Most of the cars now coming into the pit. So we kind of need to be out there before everyone else gets out. Or at least out there when, or at the back of when all these cars start to go out. So I'm going to reconfigure now. Get this car set with that tyre. Reconfigure. Yep, that's all good to go. Both cars set and ready to rock and roll. And this time, we're going to go for just the one lap. No extra additional lap. We're just going to go with the one flying lap. We're literally just waiting for the first cars to go out before we make that move to get the cars out onto the circuit. We can't configure their setups now. The only thing we can do is reconfigure their front wings because part Fermi is now in force. So we can adjust the front angle of the wing. I'm not going to, but we could if we needed to. So, for example, if there is a condition on track that's slightly worse or better, the tyre, for example, let's say the temperatures go slightly better, we can actually change this front angle of the wing, and it will help us slightly. So, but we'll leave it as it is because they're pretty comfortable where they are. But the cars are now configured. Flying laps are set. The tyres are all on, ready to rock and roll. Got 2 minutes coming up to now. It takes about a minute and a bit to get out. There's the brake for the cars going out. We'll wait for the Ferrari to get out, and then we'll send out Vettel. There goes the Ferrari, the final Ferrari. There goes the Alpine. We kind of need to be at the back of all this. And Oscar Piastri is going to get caught up with the Williams. So Vettel about to go out. I'm going to take manual control of this. No, we'll leave it at that. There's no point changing it. We're currently inside the danger zone at the moment. I'm good to go. So we might have screwed this up slightly. Piastri and Vettel are currently out in traffic at the moment. Piastri is going to have that issue with the Williams ahead of him, and he's got another Williams behind him as well, so he's going to need to watch him, because even though the Williams aren't as fast as the rest, because the Williams is slower than the Aston Martin, this Aston's going to catch the Williams on the qualifying run very, very quickly. So that could be a problem, but Vettel is going to potentially have a better run because the AlphaTauri is there ahead of him and is about the same sort of pace. So we're about to get this run underway. This is going to be the last couple of laps now, or the last lap, because as soon as we go across the line, that's it. This lap will be the only lap that each of the drivers will be able to achieve for this qualifying run. Last couple of corners now as we come down the back end of Sector 3 towards the first or the last corner of Sector 3, leading on the start-finish straight. And they're going to need a really good exit here for Vettel. And there goes the pedal. Let's go and see how well Vettel does. Yellow flags in Sector 3. That's going to be an issue for Piastri. Doesn't seem to be an issue so far as he's now on his fast run. That Williams is going to become a problem. Latifi also going wide at turn 14. We're going to have a quick replay of that.
Now let's look.
See what happens. It looks like that was just ahead of Oscar Piastri.
And now they're paying the price.
Although it didn't cause too much of an issue, Piastri's going to have to get around him rather quickly. Vettel now coming around turns 4, coming down towards turn 5 now, and he's going to be wanting to make a good exit here. Very easy on the throttle and makes it stick. Currently looking pretty good at the moment. Tire data, we're just looking now. Lap history for where are you? For Vettel. So he's going to be wanting to improve on that ever so slightly. So we're going into race view now. Magnussen's crossed the line. He's sitting in P9 at the moment. Very bad exit there for Vettel. Going down the start bit, the DRS straight of the second DRS point in the circuit. Nice exit there. He's going to be wanting to clip the apex early here, slightly over the rumble strip, come out wide, getting ready for turn 9. Oh, sorry, turn 10, should I say, sorry. Another good exit here. Zhou also in the contention for danger at the moment. Vettel coming around the last corner. He needs to make this into a good lap. Over the rumble strip ever so slightly. We're going to need to refuel, but it doesn't really matter. Why aren't you doing that? Come on. Come on. No, ignore. Vettel about to cross the line. Is he going to improve? And of course you would do that. He doesn't improve at all. Vettel currently in P18. And same with Oscar Piastri. Not good at all. This is not good. P17 and P18 for both Aston Martins. Not great. That is not a good position to be in, as both drivers eliminated out of Q1. We're going to need to do a good strategy here to basically redeem ourselves. That issue with Nicholas Latifi with Sebastian as well as Oscar Piastri definitely caused some issues for him on that first run. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting thing. Yes, Phoenix, if you wanted to say that they are washed, you have to do the weekly washed
Tension
situation.
continues to build here as race day begins.
Aston Martin did a good job during qualifying, and they're pretty much where everyone expected them to be on the grid.
But
now it's up to them to defy expectations during the race itself. AlphaTauri did rather well in qualifying. Let's see if they can manage to achieve a strong start for the race itself. A sunny day here with only a few clouds in the sky. If things stay this way, the weather shouldn't pose any challenges to the teams.
But which team has perfected the strategy that will see them prevail today? Here at the Bahrain Grand Prix.
So, here we go, guys. We're at race day, and this is where strategies are going to become very, very... This is the important bit of anything we need to do throughout this entire race, or this entire period. So we got 3 strategies we can choose from. We have the A strategy, which is the soft, medium, softs. We can edit that as well if we need to. Phoenix is saying there, whack on the hards, go all the way to the end and hope for a safety car. Good opportunity for a safety car on this track. There has been, you know, there's good opportunities for anything. I think that's a good choice. So we will put Sebastian Vettel on the hards. We'll set him at a current target pace of aggressive. And then we can potentially make those hards last a... Those... What? Why are those hards, like, only lasting 20 laps? Ah, that's why. Because I was doing an aggressive mode. Go long into it, you'd say, Phoenix? Do the one stop. That's going to be a hard push. That's going to be hard to do. Probably going to have to put a 3rd stint in there as well for the softs. Oh, great. Okay. Cool. Right. Okay. So we'll go with that with update strategy 1. Strategy 2 will just be the one stopper. We'll do the hards. We'll remove that stint. We'll go hards. Wets all the way to the end, yeah? And then we'll do the medium run as well, so... Yeah, we'll do that. Update strategy B. And then strategy... We'll go with this run. We'll go with that run there. And then Oscar... Go with hards. We'll sit him on the mediums. Medium to hards. Actually, no, we'll put... There we go. We'll just do that. Cool. We'll do that there and go for... We'll underfuel the car as well. Put 56 laps in the car. Right, here we go. See you later, Finn. Thank you very much
With
for
the
turning
skies
up.
mostly clear, tonight's race shouldn't hold any unpleasant surprises. Taking a look at the Aston Martin. Slower than most yesterday, so today they'll be starting from the bottom half of the grid. And for the second driver, it's Sebastian Vettel. They're starting in the bottom half of the grid today, so there's a lot of cars between them and the podium. The race start is mere seconds away.
So strategies are locked in.
And
We
this
are
is it.
good to go.
The Bahrain
Here comes the
Grand
start
Prix.
of the season and the start of the first race is when lights
It's
out,
lights out
in Bahrain.
and away we go.
Go on board with Vettel now, trying to go and see whether he can make the move onto Michael Schumacher. Michael Schumacher? And he's not there yet. Mick Schumacher, sorry. It's so hard to say. Piastri's going for a fight with Sebastian Vettel. This is going to be toasty. The two drivers, the rookie against the veteran, going for the fight, going wheel to wheel with both sides. I'm just going to allow these two to fight. And Vettel closes that off and stops Piastri from making further moves. The two drivers trying to make a name for themselves. Piastri doing his best to make a name. They're going to open the opportunity out for the Williams to go around the right-hand side of Piastri. Opens that up.
Let's focus.
Comes down towards the sharp double chicane. Goes over the rumble strip. Makes the
You're
opportunity.
doing a good job.
Oh my goodness.
And there's an
Close
overtake
accident.
from
Loses two
Williams.
places. Piastri really ruining the situation there. And goes down to P20. Losing 2 places to both Williams. Vettel also under a lot of pressure from the two Williams drivers on those hard compound tyres. Piastri going absolutely bold to the walls there as he tried so hard to keep that position, but the two Williams working really well together and now opening up that option for Piastri to come back from being dead last on the grid. Sebastian Vettel now under threat from the two Williams drivers. We always knew these two were going to be the fight that we needed to contend with this year. We're going to do a bit of strategy here as we're going to ask Vettel to not hold back the cars, but he needs to pick up the pace slightly. So let's do some aggressive maneuvers.
Happy to push.
Okay.
Oscar Piastri now getting really close for some form of a fight.
Push a bit more.
I'm going to try and ask him to push. We have underfueled the cars ever so slightly, so we're just hoping and praying for a safety car. Yellow flags in Sector 2. Still no safety car.
Seems to have been a lockup.
Save fuel, save fuel.
Copy.
DRS will be active.
DRS now open. Piastri is going to have an opportunity here to make some form of attack. We're going to go for the overtake
Use
if we can.
energy.
Copy.
Those Williams drivers are so far ahead. Piastri needs to make some form of magic happen and needs to make it happen rather shortly. Here comes the DRS train. DRS flap open. Here comes the overtake. Piastri going on the outside of Latifi. Makes the move stick. And there you go. P19 for Oscar Piastri against Latifi. And now
Good job.
Albon within sight. We're going to try and get the Aston Martin driver to try and hold up the car behind to allow Oscar Piastri to make a move. Try and catch back. We'll go. There we go. The hold back is not going to happen now, as Oscar Piastri gets a really poor exit. DRS train now opening. The Vettel is now under attack from Albon, and that did not work at all, as Albon now gets P17. Vettel currently just behind him, P18. We're going to need to
And
ask
a new position just gained by Williams.
Oscar Piastri now to reduce his ERS consumption. I mean, Albon is on the soft compound tyres, so he's going to have to pit. Where Piastri and Vettel both on the hards. Piastri going to try once again for a move on Sebastian Vettel, going around the outside of the four-time world champion. Makes it stick. He's still going to have DRS, but so is Vettel as they come round coming up to turn 4. Is he going to shortcut it here? Doesn't make it stick. Doesn't happen. He's going to have to contend and stay in P19, but Piastri really pushing here to make a name for himself.
Use overtake.
Piastri now going to try and make another move on Sebastian Vettel. It is going to happen. I think it's going to stick. Just outbrake it slightly. Doesn't make it happen for now. Vettel was also going to quite hard on those.
To back off.
Quite hard on that. So Piastri now getting within side, touching distance of Sebastian Vettel. Oh, Vettel goes way wide, locking up, and now opens the opportunity up for Piastri to make a move on Albon.
Was that a lock-up on the
Big
track?
mistake there by Sebastian Vettel, now sitting in P20 as he locks up going
there's an
into
overtake from
the
Williams.
last corner, and Albon now going to be under a lot of threat from Oscar Piastri. Still no offers of a safety car just yet.
Yeah, take it easy.
Copy.
Vettel now 3 seconds behind Latifi. Got a long way to go, and we're only lap 5 of lap 57. Got a long way to go. So we'll pick up the pace a little bit here. See if we can increase Vettel on that pace at the moment, so we'll get him to go aggressive. Piastri also locks up. Big mistake there for Piastri, and both Aston Martins now sitting
They've locked up
plumb
and
last
gone straight on.
on the grid. This is really bad for the Aston Martins. A lot of work that needs to be
We
done.
just need to push now.
Okay, copy.
Drop back a bit.
We always knew this season was going to be hard, and definitely something we need to go back to the drawing board with and have a look, see how we can do for this next race. But this is definitely upsetting. Look how far that gap is between the Williams, the Aston Martins, and the rest of the grid. So much to do, so much work. But remember, a lot of the drivers still need to pit yet.
There's been a lock-up. Is that a lock-up?
So we're literally just
That
waiting
sounds like
now
someone's gone
for
wide there.
as the pits now will begin to happen. Piastri and Vettel now sitting above Albon. So we are now beginning to make up some pace. The fact that the cars are so slow.
Looks like there's been a lock-up.
The cars themselves just aren't. We just got a really bad designer car this year. I've come into the team. We all think it's going to be a tough season. So I think we just need to look back on what's going wrong. We've got some good data now coming out of Bahrain, or we will have. So we'll be able to use that towards a design plan moving forward. Yeah, double lockup, but we're still getting some decent positions. We are still on them hard compound tyres. Phoenix's idea of going onto the hards as long as possible is definitely working. The only problem is obviously I'm going to start running out of fuel soon, so I'm going to need to start conserving that fuel, which is obviously going to reduce
Okay, happy to lift and coast.
the gap between me and the back of the pack. So on lap 22, we're going to be looking at boxing within 3 laps for the medium compound tyres. So we are going to lose position here to Latifi and Albon. Piastri definitely. He's going to be boxing within 4 laps.
Sounds like someone's locked up.
Vettel losing a position there down to 19th position.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
So, wait, I just missed that. Bugger. I meant to watch that. So it looks like the box is now active. We're going to go for the pit options. We're going to box for that set of medium tyres that we had planned. And we're going to box this lap.
Box, Sebastian, box.
So Sebastian Vettel on lap 24, going to box with the medium compound tyres. Oscar Piastri losing a position, or almost losing a position to Latifi. Some fighting going on here between these two.
You're in a good place.
Some good fighting going on here as Latifi
Aston
does his
Martin with
best
a great play
to
there.
try
They've
his
moved up a
hardest
place.
to keep the rage of the Williams car behind him. I think he's going to have some threat here. Going down to the next couple of corners. And yeah, that's a pretty easy mix there for Piastri,
No saving required.
as he
Lovely.
loses that position to Nicholas Latifi.
Still a lot to play for.
So here comes Sebastian Vettel coming around the last corner now. He's going to be boxing with Oscar Piastri boxing soon after onto those medium compound tyres. So Vettel is going to be a long way off the pack now. So it takes about 30 seconds to do a full pit stop here.
Pit lane.
Here comes Vettel
Yeah,
coming
copy.
into that pit.
So Sebastian, make sure you get your pit limiter as you come in the pit lane.
And here comes the pit. Tyres go on, and a nice clean pit. 2.799 seconds at stop time. Looking around 27 seconds. 30 seconds on the bot. Not long after 30.31 seconds. That's not bad at all. To be fair, not a bad pit. Really nice and consistent.
Seems to have been a lockup.
Conserve the pace there. And the lap window now open for
Save fuel.
Oscar Piastri. Boxing the next lap. So not this lap, next lap after. Trying to get that fuel back down to where it
Oh,
should be.
big lockup there.
Norris locks up into turn
Let's take a
13. Let's
closer
see
look.
what happens
What's
here.
this? We're looking at Lando Norris.
Fight
Oh,
on
and there's
Daniel
the lockup.
Ricciardo.
That's the last thing they'll have wanted.
He had to come back onto the pit.
The
onto
team
the
are
corner.
devastated.
Onto the track. Very nicely there as the Alfa Romeos went past.
You can stop, lift and coast.
Copy.
We're not okay on fuel.
Copy.
Let's focus.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
And there we go. Here's the box entry now. We're going to go onto the meet. Oh, what? That's the planned tyre we're going to go onto. The medium compound tyre. We're going to box this lap.
Box, box.
Copy, Bob.
Lift and coast will help.
Copy.
Need to try and get that fuel under control. So there's Piastri going into the box now. Comes out just behind Sebastian Vettel. 5 seconds behind. And that fuel now back under control. So let's get that back up to balanced. And same with Oscar Piastri as well.
Someone's run wide.
So we're currently in a good position at the moment. Both cars currently 19th and 20th on the grid, which is obviously not a good place to be. But in comparison to the fact that we're still only 13 seconds behind what could potentially be Albon, that's not bad. And we are getting quicker as well. So we are still within a fight here between 17th and 18th. checking now. We're going to be going on to the softs very, very shortly. Here comes the fight. As both drivers get the job done.
Looks like
On
Aston Martin
Albon.
have just gained a race position.
Very nicely done, as they're now starting to catch Nicholas Latifi. Six seconds, so they've got a little bit of work to do. And remember, Latifi will also need to box as well. They're on about the same sort of strategy as us. Still no safety cars, so it's definitely not helping. Piastri and Vettel. Latifi now boxes, which gives an opportunity for Piastri and Vettel to now get some pace. I'm going to ask them to pick up the pace slightly.
Push more.
Copy.
Energy if you need it.
Copy.
Both drivers here fighting each other.
So use energy.
Okay.
And Oscar Piastri, check him out. He makes the move, stick on the veteran, and Vettel now comes back into. Sorry, Vettel takes Piastri. I'm getting confused. So Vettel now back into P17.
Back off.
Copy.
Drivers here fighting each other. I think if I need to be careful here because I might need to step in and tell him to stop it, but we'll see. The question is now, Piastri now going for that take on Sebastian Vettel. The question is, do I try and make these medium tyres last out to the end? Remember, we have got, well, basically just over, 14 laps? So that is the question I need to ask myself now. Do I try and make these medium compound tyres last like I am with Piastri? Or do I box Vettel for a set of soft compound tyres and potentially overtake Latifi, Albon and Piastri? You think? Let's do it. We'll box Vettel. He's probably got the better opportunity for that. So Norris, Gasly and Zhou all in the pits at the moment. Don't think we're going to be able to get them in time. What? Oh, of course, blue flags. The Ferrari now overtakes Oscar Piastri. And then we're going to box Sebastian Vettel, those soft compound tyres. Soft compound tyres. There we go.
Box, box. Box, box.
Yep, that's going to go into the soft compound tyre. Nice.
Yeah, take it easy.
Copy.
And there goes Carlos Sainz in the other Ferrari. Perez will be will be coming up behind surely. Both Aston Martins sitting quite nicely behind each other. Vettel's going to box his lap, so he's going to come out way behind the Aston Martin, the Red Bulls. There's a better opportunity for getting that fastest lap of the race. Here comes Sebastian Vettel into the pit lane for the final time, or what could be the final time. Complete his strategy. And there he goes. 2.987 seconds, still relatively slow. Well, it's much slower than what his last pit was, but just over 30 seconds in the pit lane. And he's going to come out just ahead of Max Verstappen and Valtteri Bottas. So he's going to have to make way for them under blue flag conditions. Piastri currently sitting in P17, so quite comfortable at the moment with that 15-second deficit between him and Latifi, but he is going to have to make those medium compound tyres last all the way to the end. There's Sergio Perez just behind Oscar Piastri, so he's going to have to make way for him too. Tsunoda currently in the pit lane. Piastri just coming around the last corner, or the last couple of corners, sorry. So again, I don't think he's going to get Tsunoda on this. As Tsunoda comes up the pit now, there's Tsunoda there. So again, won't be able to make Tsunoda on this, but comes across the line to finish the 46th lap, or his 46th lap. Sebastian Vettel, pit completed, and he's gonna get out and do what he can now for the last couple of laps. We're also gonna ask him to deploy his ERS now.
You can use energy. Use energy. You can use energy.
Copy.
Happy to push.
Copy.
And look at this, Sebastian Vettel currently fighting with the front runners. He's going to have to stop early here. He can't be fighting with them too long, because it's going to cause some issues with his fastest lap. Ah, yeah, there you go. Big mistake. We'll go conserve, harvest,
Drop
conserve.
back a bit.
Try and get that gap.
Copy that.
Okay, so just lift and coast.
Copy.
Use energy if you need.
Copy.
So we just need to push now.
Yeah.
So can Vettel get fastest lap of the race? Potentially not, because of the amount of pace that the car does have, but We can only try. There's no harm. We're going to get no points for this anyway. It's more about driver position now more than anything. Oscar Piastri looking pretty comfortable at the moment in P17. Got no cars behind him. And he's got 10 laps remaining of this race.
We need to charge it.
Yeah, copy.
We just need to charge up.
Copy.
Still no chance of the fastest lap there, but never mind. It was worth a shot. All he can do now is just keep going and hope for the best. Oscar Piastri currently sitting P17 and ahead of both Williams, who were really our fight for the season, to be fair. So let's pick up the pace a little bit now. Let's try and finish off this race with only 7 laps remaining. We'll get the final. We'll do a final lap on board with Oscar Piastri. Oh, just looking at this now, we could be under a fight here with Latifi slowly catching on the Aston Martin of Oscar Piastri. So we could be up for a fight within the last couple of laps of this race. I'm going to ask him now to get the pace picked up a little bit
We
here.
can push more.
Yep.
But those tyres now beginning to really drop off. And that's not going to help too much. That really isn't going to help too much. Latifi, they're just going to sit there and wait for him. And that, with the blue flags, not a great option there for the driver, as he now sits in P18 with Latifi just above Piastri. Not a great move and not a great day for the Aston Martins.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
We've got loads of energy.
Okay.
He sounds happy, doesn't he? And there go Oscar Piastri's tyres as the condition goes from worse to exemplary, like completely undrivable. I'm gonna have to box him. He needs to box. Those tyres are not gonna last to the end of the race. Or do we just try it? Do we get him to just grizz it out and go all the way to the end on those medium compound tyres and just conserve as best as we can? Yeah, Sebastian Vettel's going to get him. It's now all about, is Albon be able to grab that? And yeah, Piastri's got no option on this.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
So this is going to be pretty much the final lap of the race. Charles Leclerc wins the race. Vettel going to be sitting in P18. Is he going to be able to get another position on Nicholas Latifi? He is going to make it stick, but is he going to be able to keep it? We'll get him to aggressively push and push as hard as he can to keep that position away from Latifi. It's going to happen,
Martin
I think.
with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
You can stop, lift and coast.
Okay, copy.
Sebastian Vettel
We think we
coming
can leave
around
on
the
tyres
last
more.
corner. He needs
Okay.
to fight off Latifi. He's going to get DRS this strike. Is he going to make it stick? He's going to sit in P17 as he crosses
Last lap.
the
Last
line
lap.
for the last lap of the race. He still needs to keep this. I thought Leclerc had finished. I must have been wrong. Oh no, he was on his last lap. So this is it now. He needs to keep this. For sector 3, yellow flags.
And that's the lockup.
Piastri now sitting on 19% medium compound tyres. He's going to be very angry by the end of this race. But Vettel doing exceptionally well to keep the Williams at bay. This is all about driver position now more than anything. He's even got a Mercedes up there for a bit of company. Leclerc finishes in P1, Sainz P2, Perez in P3. Bottas is going to come across the line in P4. But
That's Leclerc. Charles Leclerc is today's winner.
But Vettel, sterling drive for the man
all okay
in a
on fuel.
car
All okay on fuel, so you can do what
that
you
was
want.
definitely not best suited for this
Yeah.
track, and he's going to finish across the line in P17 unless he makes a mistake here. He doesn't make it a mistake,
They've locked up and gone
and he
straight on.
finishes across the line. P17 for Vettel, and Piastri gonna finish in P20
That's checker
with
flag.
those terribly worn tyres.
Sorry,
But
guys.
compliments to
Tough day.
him for getting
Yeah,
across
lots
the
to pick up.
line and 70% medium compound tyres. You know, that's got to be an achievement itself. Nothing we could do for this race. You have to go into the next one
So it's checkered flags.
with more options. We've definitely got some good data now, so we'll finish this race off and get back into the main screen. Never mind, we can't win everything every single time. So there we go. There's the current championship as it stands at the moment. 17 and 20th on the board. Got some work to do. There we go. Back into the main screen now. And got our suspension manufactured, which is good. We can put that on the next car for the next race. And we'll flag those 4 there. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we're going to do for today. We'll continue with the remainder of this season as the next time I come online, which should be tomorrow or Sunday. I'll have to wait and see what the whole thing goes. But thank you everyone for turning up for today's stream. It's been a privilege to be back. It's glad to be back. I'll be back on later on tonight with some Destiny 2. It'll be later on tonight, much later on tonight. But I will definitely be back on. And we'll have some fun with some more things coming down with Destiny 2. So thank you so much, Gibbo. Thank you very much, Fish. Lovely to have you. If you can join us for some D2, I'm going to be on there with Jess and a couple of the other guys from Skal. So please, it'd be absolutely wonderful to have you all. We'll have a good stream tonight. and it'll be good to have you all on board. Thank you everyone for turning up. It's been wonderful to be back. The Fog Dog is back for streaming. Thank you. I hope you all enjoyed it. Love you all. I don't know what time tonight, Fish. I'll message me in Discord or on WhatsApp. I'm sure I'll be able to organise something. But again, thank you everyone. Good afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next stream. Take care. Love ya. Bye-bye.
Yeah!